You gave me access. You're right, yeah. We just That's fine. No rush. I know we did. Yeah. Says map change since you All right, well, it is 6 o'clock. Thank you for coming this evening. This is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business. It is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time, however, for public participation during the meeting as indicated in agenda item 4. Item 1, recommend the board approve Ella Bowler for student board member. So we got a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? I think Ella did a great job interviewing, and I'm looking forward to having her on board.
I'm sorry, who did the second? Did Stephanie do the second?
Second was Stephanie.
Thank you.
Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. DeGroat?
Yes.
Mrs. Iser? Yes. Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Item number 2, administration of the oath of office to the new student board member.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as student member of the Board of Education and the Valley View Local School District in Cafeteria County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office until your successor is elected and qualified. I do.
All right, Valerie, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Mr. DeGroat?
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac? Here. Mr. Red?
Here.
Mr. Skidmore?
Here.
Dr. Smith? Here. And Mr. Kinder?
Here.
And Ms. Moore?
Let's all stand together for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 5A, we have an update from the Valley View Performing Arts Committee. There on the corner would be good, so they got the sound for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, board members and Mr. Schaller for giving our committee the opportunity to update you on our progress. VVPAC has accomplished 3 major steps towards making this facility a reality for our students, district, and community. We finalized the best location of the facility and look forward to securing this with the district. Several committee members met on July 17th to create the preliminary facility amenities list. We were told to dream big, and we have. An initial design was also created. Our amenities wish list and design have been shared with the VSWC, who will serve as our architectural firm. We have also received a proposal for a contract with VSWC for feasibility study services. Our committee meets tomorrow to discuss this proposal. We hope to begin this process soon. Today, August 14th, is the 1-year anniversary of our first meeting. Our planning and discussions with important professional partners has given us the motivation to continue to meet and plan for a facility for this district. We have made good progress, though that progress is slow and often comes in small steps. We continue to believe that this district and our community will support our efforts to provide a facility that will serve as a cultural landmark. Thank you.
Item 5B, we have time for public participation. We don't have any.
I did not receive it.
Roman numeral 6, approval of minutes. We need to approve regular board meeting minutes of July 10, 2023, and the special board meeting of July 10, 2023. We can do those both at the same time if someone would like to make a motion to that effect. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Sure. Mr. DeGroat?
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac?
Yes.
Mr. Red?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
And Dr. Smith? Yes.
Roman numeral 7, we have a building project update. Mr. Chief.
So things are going on great up there, summertime great weather. I get a whole lot of rain days, regular for a while. The masons have actually gone levels of 3 over the last couple of weeks, but lots of blocks. They actually started on the high school section of that play block now. Start seeing that grow out of the ground now. They got the roofs on the 2 gyms right now. They're starting to work on the roof of the cafeteria. Braces are out, getting ready for the deck and everything like that. With the full dry and later in January. So we're on schedule.
Thank you. Roman numeral 8A, recommend the board approve the certificate of estimated resources for fiscal year 2024. Valerie?
This is just a, update on, the end of June, that we, on the June 28th meeting, we approved the initial certificate of estimated resources as well as appropriations. But we didn't have the final, June 30th numbers, and this just has the June 30th numbers.
Someone like to make a motion that we approve that? Second?
Second.
Discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
That's Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 8B, recommend the board approve permanent appropriations for fiscal year 2024. Someone like to make a motion to that effect? We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, anything particular to add?
No, when we approved these in January 28th, they were the initial appropriations. We're required to approve permanent appropriations. Permanent.
Please call the roll.
Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 8C, recommend the board approve the transfer of $186,083.33 from the general fund to the building fund for the purpose of playground construction. Valerie, would you give us a kind of an explanation so that the public knows what this money is, where it came from, and what it's been doing?
I don't know how many years ago, but Mrs. Schwartzel donated the Schwartzel farm to the district. And during that time, the district rented the farm out. And during that time that the land rents were paid, it was deposited into the general fund into a special cost center. And as we have been going through the building project, and I've been learning more and looking at financials more, realized that that's what was in that fund and thought it was a very appropriate use of those funds to be used for the building project, especially a playground.
Would someone like to make a motion that we approve the transfer of these funds?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? It's obviously nice to have $186,000 unaccounted for something, so.
Is there something we could do at the playground facility to put their names up there, knowing that we're,
I wondered about that.
we ought to look into that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 8D, recommend the board approve the commercial paper and bankers acceptances report. Valerie, would you like to explain that?
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Actually, it's a regulatory issue, just compliance issue. We do use, commercial papers in our investments, and it earns a higher interest rate, and this is just acknowledging the transactions that have happened in the previous year. Requires board approval.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 8E, recommend the board approve a donation from Gregory Worrell to the Valley View Athletic Department for the football program in the amount of $1,000. Would someone like to make a motion that we accept that donation? Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I, just have a process question. I was talking to Mr. Worrell, last weekend, and he was obviously not complaining, but he just thought it was odd that his check wasn't cashed for a long period of time, but then it also required that he was wondering why he needed to write a note with the check saying that it was a donation. So I just told him that I would ask about it, and
It is in board policy that we have to have a letter from the donor.
okay,
So I make it. So that's why I try to make sure we have to.
sure, absolutely.
Valerie, would you call the roll, please?
Sure. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9A, new business personnel, approved personnel action as recommended in attachment number 2. Would someone make a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, if we can pull out Chelsea Keller's name to be voted on separate.
Okay. So now we have everybody but Chelsea. Any more discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Now we have a motion to approve Chelsea Keller individually. Would someone make a motion to that effect? Do we have a second? I will second it. Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
and Dr. Smith.
Abstain.
Roman numeral 9B, recommend the board approve a salary increase of 2.5% for the superintendent and treasurer following the Me Too practice. This increase is the same that was given to the certified and classified staff of 2023-2024 contract. Would someone like to make a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9C, recommend the board approve junior high school fees, core classes, math, science, social studies, English, $10, art $10, and STEM $10. Someone like to make a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
and Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9D, recommend the board authorize 100% of the district's LFI budget to be committed to the OFCC project, authorizing the superintendent and treasurer to sign the revised LFI MOU, summary to evidence the same. Someone make a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9E, recommend the board approve the school resource officer memorandum of understanding between German Township and Valley View Local School District Board of Education. Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. So there's, under the memorandum of understanding, there's a section that talks about training. And I want to make sure that we, I don't want to consider, I would like to have a couple of the different pieces of information placed under that section. One regarding ongoing or moving forward training. So professional training moving forward after the initial certification. Who is to pay for that, whether it's us, whether it's the township. And then also a second piece to that I'd like to have added is who is going to ensure that they have completed the training that they need to have ongoing moving forward? Is it us or the township?
They're a township employee under, so I would say it would be the township, correct?
It should be.
Yes, we're gonna make sure
Have
that
it right.
we meet the state standards for the SO.
So since we're wanting to put something in writing that's different, that's in addition to what's in the current MOU, obviously, the presumption is this has been negotiated with German Township Police Department. Do we need to postpone a vote on this and just?
No, what's going on, you talked to Joanne, chief,
Okay,
and we're gonna sit down and talk about it, and we'll initial about, both of us will initial
okay.
what we agreed upon about name for the training of the SO.
Make you fine with that.
Yes.
Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mrs. Rudd, Mr. Rudd,
Thank you. Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9F, recommend the board approve Valley View Educational Foundation resolutions for fundraising. Do we have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9G, recommend the board approve the administrator's salary schedule. We have copies of that. Does someone make a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. DeGraw,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9H, recommend the board approve the job description for information technology director. Someone make a motion to that effect. I will make a motion to that effect. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, discussion. Joe or Valerie, would one of you care to share, what we're doing with this?
What we're trying to do here is, we know that, our ESSER funds will run out at the end of school year 24. And we have identified a spot in our organizational structure that we need a information technology director. So far, we've got during the pandemic, Brian Lemke has served in that capacity as teacher on special assignment. However, the pandemic forced all school districts to go to one-to-one devices, and I contacted 6 or 7 school districts. All of them have an information technology director on staff. And it's just something that in today's day and age, we have to have our technology up and running all the time. It's a 24/7 situation. So this is a spot in our organizational chart that after our ESSER funds run out in 24, we don't have that to fill, and this fills that position.
Any further discussion?
Will there be like a job description that you guys will put out and share?
That is this is the job description.
This is the job description, okay.
Just a job description.
Okay.
This
And
is,
it's not planned to be filled until 24-25.
24, 25 school year.
yeah, and just as part of the discussion on that, I mean, that is an area, the world has changed dramatically in the last couple of years, and that's an area we can't fall on, so I think it's essential. Any further discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGroat,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9I, recommend the board approve the adoption of bus routes for school year 2023 and 2024. I'll make a motion to that effect. Do we have a second? Any discussion? Just as a preliminary 30,000 foot overview, we have, I think there's 174 pages of very specific bus routes. And this is something that the district is supposed to do on a yearly basis. And Valerie caught that this hadn't been done, and it needs to be done. And we need to make sure we're doing it right and dotting every I and crossing every T. And so this is what that is. Any further discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGroat,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9J, recommend the board approve Valley View Boys tennis team trip to Hilton Head, South Carolina for spring break 2024. Someone make a motion to that effect.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGroat,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 9K, recommend the board approve Valley View Boys baseball team trip to Vero Beach, Florida over spring break 2024. Someone make a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Mr. DeGroat,
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Superintendent comments.
Well, of course, the new year is, within a couple of weeks, that we'll start school. All the buses have been inspected and are ready to roll when, school begins. The administrators are in, and, they are doing an excellent job getting the schools and, positions that we need to hire ready for the start of school. It's the same administrative team that we had last year, and like I said, they're doing an excellent job for the public. We're still in need of aides, cooks, and custodians. So if you know of anybody who is looking for a job, have them contact Eric Pugh, and like I said, we are still in need of these positions. So, other than that, we're ready for the school year.
All right. Board member comments. Let's start left and work our way across here. Okay, you go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you first, man. I've got your time.
Well, first of all, I just want to let everyone know how excited I am to welcome Ella to the board. I've known Ella for a really long time, and I'm confident that she'll do a great job. In other news, Spartan athletes have been working really, really hard over the past few months. And with fall sports quickly approaching, we have a lot to be excited about. We have our Spartan football opener at Niceswanger on Friday, and soccer games have already started, so it's a fun time.
I'm looking forward to new school year. It's exciting for the kids to get back in school. And the building project that was with Eric today at the meeting, everything seems to be going in the right direction, moving quickly, and they're addressing things that need addressed and moving forward. That's all I have.
Well, thank you to Gregory Worrell for the donation into the Valley football team. That's very much appreciated. Also want to thank the school for supporting me and being able to attend the Ohio School Safety Summit. I was able to attend with Eric DePue and Patrick McKee, learned a lot. I'm not sure how many school board members were there. There were a lot of SROs there, but I learned a lot. It's pretty amazing. They had the FBI there. They had Governor DeWine there. They had Sergeant Chapman from Newtown, Connecticut speaking, and several attorneys and different experts speaking about various different ways, not just the physical ways to keep our schools safe, but other ways such as emotional as well. So learned a lot there. I would love to see our SROs give us a weekly update on ways that they are engaging with and building relationships with our students. I understand that's really that should be their top priority. I would love to see some updates from them. Some of the interesting ideas that other SROs are doing, and they're doing, buybacks, mock trials, kickball, lunches with people. It just sounded really interesting the way that they were engaging with their students. So I'd like to see what our SROs could do. And also had a really good time attending the soccer game, even though we didn't win the other night. I wish more people would come and attend those soccer games as well. I love football just like everybody else, but I have grandsons that are very much interested in soccer, and I would love to see more people out there supporting our soccer players as well.
I don't have too much. Obviously, teachers, you all are busy. Administrators, you all are busy getting ready for it all to hit real quick. And so you'll be certainly on our minds, and I'm sure you'll do a great job. Our athletes include our band kids. When I pulled up this morning, they were out there on the hot asphalt doing what they do. And, I'm looking forward to seeing them come out and support all our kids and all of their endeavors over this upcoming fall.
Yeah, I waited for a while to bring this up because I know there's issues with the other buildings and the heat involved, but many schools started this week, and those schools then have 2 to 3 weeks of extra preparation for the state test and the AP test. Because those tests are set for a certain date, so if we start later, our kids don't have as much time to prepare. I understand the issues with the heat, so I'm asking when the new building is finished and we don't have that issue, I hope the calendar committee will take that into effect and we can go back to an earlier start date to help our kids prepare for those tests.
Yeah, I know it was a little bit of a headache and frustration, and I don't know how many times I drove down the pike, past the sign that said the road was closed, and then turned back around. But that road widening project really has made a difference. I think it's going to be significant from a safety perspective with kids coming in and out. So I know that was a bit of a headache for us and an unforeseen expense in the building project, but I think it looks really nice and I appreciate the work they've done. Just wanted to give a heads up that a project that I hope to see come to fruition as it relates to the building project, and I've talked to Mr. Schaller about it as well, is a bit of a legacy project with the help of the Valley View Foundation, I hope as well, so that we are making sure that we're remembering all of our students and staff that we've lost over the years from the Valley View School District. So that may look like a tree with a sign dedicated to it. It may look like a serenity type garden where you can just go and sit. But I think it's really important that as we move into this project, and God forbid, we lose anybody else in the future, that we have kind of a system in which we use so that we make sure that every child, or staff member is honored appropriately in our school district. So I keep meaning to bring that up. It's been several months in the making. And I definitely don't want to miss anybody. So as we put together a little committee for something like that, definitely please reach out if you have any really good ideas, like much like at Veterans Park, they have the bricks with the names. It could be anything, but I think it's going to be an important project as we move on to the campus.
I'm excited to work with the school board and good opportunity.
So we'll make a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Tyler, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mrs. Isaac?
Yes.
Mr. Red?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore? Dr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, we're adjourned. Thank you. Yeah.